Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I have the Deadpool Legacy Collection Marvel Legends action figure. I was not expecting to find these in stores. I thought I would have to buy these online only, and I waited too long and I missed my opportunity to pick these up. But then randomly just they showed up at my local Target, so I was like, okay, fine. I really wanted this figure anyways. I adore the Deadpool movies, so I really wanted to have Deadpool movie figure in my collection, so I was a little bummed that I was going to miss out. All the other Deadpool movie figures were really kind of expensive. They were really jumping up there in price. Like 40, 50, 60, close to $100 depending on the ones you could find. The only one I could find that was like relatively cheap was the it was like a grayed out version of Deadpool, which looked fine. I mean, it was basically this figure, just gray. But I wanted this. I wanted this red and black version of Deadpool. I didn't want the grayed out version. I wanted this guy. So, really happy I managed to get my hands on this figure. And I guess we'll go ahead and talk about it on the channel right now. Starting with the front of the box, you have this nice, beautiful, sleek packaging that I really enjoy. I like the look of it. I like the sleekness of it. I like how thin it is and everything about it. Basically, you have this nice window here that shows you everything you get, which it looks like you get quite a bit. You have the Deadpool logo down here at the bottom, Legacy Collection. Of course, Deadpool right here. Marvel Legends in the top left corner. Very nice design overall. On the side, you get basically nothing, just a little window right here, which I don't really know what purpose this serves. Deadpool logo down here at the bottom. On the back, you don't get much either, just the Deadpool logo right here, Deadpool posing. What's that on his arm? Just numbers. Okay, Deadpool up there at the top. Does that look like the Deadpool, the video game font? I don't know. That's interesting. Then Deadpool on the side with hearts. On the Wolverine one, it was question marks, so that's interesting. And then Deadpool logo right there at the bottom. So very interesting. I guess I could show the slight differences. I wasn't aware there were any differences. My set is falling apart, but there are, which is odd. Is that the only difference? It looks like it. Okay, well that's the Wolverine box. Well, I guess we can go ahead and transition to the figure. Okay, so this is pretty much everything you get. I'm at a odd angle. Let me adjust things a bit. I wanted to have the visual. Oh, you know what? That kind of works if I do it like that, right? I wanted to have the visual of Deadpool in that kind of silly pose, but I also couldn't accomplish that pose without having the camera in a weird spot. So you do get a nice assortment of accessories, starting with the hands, of course. If I can get it to focus on them. I'm like right there and then it like stops. Okay, I think we're there. You have two fist hands. Interestingly, you have like two sets of hands. One set not painted, the other set painted. The painted hands, of course, look like this. Design-wise, they're the exact same. It's just these don't have the paint details. These are your fist hands. Every other hand, I believe, will have paint, except for the hands on the figure already. But these ones are painted like so. These are for holding like knives and such, or swords, or whatever you need them for. And then two pistol holding hands. And I was a little worried at first. I was like, okay, kind of sucks we don't get any pistols, because in the packaging you don't see them. They're on the figure. They just came in already in the holsters, so they were not in the packaging, they were on the figure. You get this unicorn right here, which is an interesting accessory. It's cool to have this little unicorn, but if you've seen the movies, you know this is like his little jerk-off unicorn. So this is a toy. So that's interesting. That's a choice. Let me zoom out just a hair so we can get a better view of this figure. On the figure itself, we do have a few slots and holsters for various weapons. So on the back, of course, I need to tilt this up so you guys can see them. Let me get him standing first. Maybe. Maybe. I know I have like a little dent in the carpet, so it makes it hard to stand figures. So I'm trying to balance it just right. There we go. When I was making this, the glue didn't set right, so it kind of has this little bump right here. I don't know. I don't know. I'm new at making dioramas. As you can see, this one's kind of falling apart. On the figure itself, you have two holsters for his swords. So if I take these out right here, they are on the back, and they look fairly decent. You're just going to fall, so I'm just going to set you down. The swords right here, the katanas, I guess you would call them, they look fairly neat, I suppose. Not the most detailed things in the world, but they are cool looking. You have the little texture on the hilt. I don't know swords or weapons or anything like that, so I don't know. But it's textured right here, so that's nice. And then the actual sword itself is, sword-like. You know how it is when you don't know what things are. You have a little knife here in his little boot, which is also fairly nice, fairly detailed. Again, well, not again. It's not textured here. It has a little, bump right here on the blade, if you can see that. Cool details is what my ultimate point was going to be. And then here in the... do I have a mark on it? No, it's just red there for some reason. Right here on the figure is his holsters for his two pistols, which as I already mentioned, I was afraid these wouldn't be a part of the figure. I was like, oh, that's lame. You're going to have a Deadpool figure without any weapons or pistols? No, he comes with two pistols. Very soft. I don't know if you can see that. I'm barely pushing and it's bending. Don't love that. It is hot in my room. In fact, it sounds like my PlayStation's about to explode. But it's not hot enough for plastic to be warping, I guess. But as far as it looks, I'm trying to make it so that we can see here. There we go. Is that right? Okay. As far as looks, they're fine. Not the most, like they have the details, they're just lacking paint, I guess, would be the way to put it. But they look nice. They're fine. They're fairly decent weapons. Do they have holes in the front so you can plug in effects? It looks like they were supposed to, but the holes aren't there, so it's not like you can take the Black Widow fire effects and apply that to these two weapons right here. Of course, you could, if you have that Black Widow figure, you can just take those and give it to your Deadpool, or your Deadpool 2-pack and give those weapons to this Deadpool, or any weapons you might have from any assortment of action figures, I suppose. As far as the actual figure goes, he does look exactly like the movies, so you have this beautiful looking mask. The Deadpool costume is probably the best adaptation of a superhero costume into live action. It looks so freaking cool and good. I love the look of this Deadpool costume. You have all your bits and bobs, your little details here, the armor plating on his chest, the latches, or not latches, what's the term for like a buckle that you, I guess a buckle, right? That's what it would be called. Buckles. I'm so worried it's not in focus. The buckles, the little details on the arms, the padding, the texture work, even the wrinkles in the sleeves, which I'm hoping you can make out alright. I feel like the light's a little too direct, so it's making it too shiny to see. Let me change it to the blue. That makes it maybe a little too dark. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the best? Maybe I just need to pull it closer, right? But you can see the little wrinkles in his suit, the texture work, very, very nice. Like I mentioned already, the hands, they're not painted on these ones, so you have two sets of each, painted, non-painted, but they're all different types of hands. You have, let's see, his pouches, because it is a Rob Liefeld character, so he's got to have plenty of pouches, so it's very nice to see that. Deadpool logo on the belt. It's not like glued on or tied on or anything, so that's nice. It's not going to hinder anything. It won't get in the way. It's just right there. The one thing that is a bit of a bummer for me is this sword case, sheath, whatever. You would expect this to be removable, and it's not. It's glued in there. I mean, obviously, if I probably pulled hard enough, I could remove it, and I don't think it would hinder anything too badly. I don't think it would harm anything too majorly, but it's a shame that that's not removable because it is quite large, and it does, like, if you go to lay him down on something, he's going to stick up just a little bit, and that's not the best thing in the world. I definitely would have preferred to have this removable, but, whatever. Gun holsters on either side of his thighs, which look fine. They are glued on, but they're in a position that they don't hinder anything. You can see it goes above this thigh swivel, but it's not like stuck on or anything. It moves with the leg. Pouches, of course, more pouches, knee pads. This is where his knife is hidden, his boots, all the details that you would expect on a Deadpool figure. I mean, it's here. This is a wonderful, wonderful, very movie accurate action figure, and it feels really good in hand, which I guess transitions us pretty well to articulation talk. So let's go ahead and move on to that. So on the head, I believe you're on, just a ball joint. And then I saw that neck move. So does the neck move, or am I going insane? It doesn't look like the neck moves. Let me actually pop this off, because I definitely... Maybe I saw this move. Okay, this neck piece right here moved. That definitely looks like it's supposed to move. But it's solid. Actually, is it solid? It is moving a little bit, right? Alright, if I push it, you guys watch. Let me know if it moves. Okay, maybe that's just plastic flexing. Alright, well, the color's removable for whatever reason. I don't know. I feel like this should only move if the neck moves, but the neck does not move. So, interesting. I think that's forward facing. So yes, it is just on a ball joint, so you're just going to have all your typical ball joint movements. The head goes back like so, forward like so, side to side, rotates all the way around like so. Arm comes up to about right here, which is fairly decent, rotates all the way around like so. Butterfly joint looks like going back like so, which is, that's actually really, really good. Forward, not too much, just fine, I suppose. Double jointed pinless elbows comes up to about right here, which is pretty decent. Wrist goes in, wrist goes out, wrist goes all the way around. I am noticing the plastic does seem to be a little soft and a little gooey. I think it's in favor of the figure, though. It does, like, and the spots you would want it to be solid, it's solid. But in other spots where you'd want it to, like, kind of move a little bit, it will. Like on these fingertips, they do move just a little bit, so you can kind of form it to the face a little better than you would normally, and I like that. I think it suits the figure, but it is also like a sign of just cheap plastic, I guess. The ab articulation, of course, going back, it's not hindered by the sword sheaths, but they are definitely interacting with the rest of the body, so that's another reason I would have preferred this to be removable. But yeah, it's not like it's in the way. Going forward, same thing. Well, not the same thing, just good, equally as good. Then this does kind of move a little too much. I wish it would have maybe had like a peg hold that you could plug it into, just so it doesn't slide around so much. But if you had the legs into the bend, it can go to about right there, which is fantastic. That's really, really good, especially for a movie figure. And it feels buttery smooth. I mean, there's no issue there at all. The legs just bend. I don't have to force it. I'm not worried about it breaking. They just move, and they're not loose. I mean, maybe a little loose, and maybe over time they would get looser, but those feel solid. Swivel at the waist, rotates all the way around like so. Legs, like we already saw, come up to about right there. He can do the splits like so, which is fairly decent. Swivel at the thigh, which we already mentioned, but it goes all the way around like so. Double jointed knees, not pinless, but they are double jointed, comes up to about right there. Swivel, no swivel at the boot, which is fine. I don't necessarily need swivels at the boots. If there's a swivel at the thigh, that basically accomplishes what I need, or I don't know, I don't really need swivels at the boot, I don't think. Ankle swivels, I think that's basically all you need. That looks fairly decent. Ankle goes down, ankle goes up. I feel like the lighting's just bad in this video. But that is the Deadpool figure. This is really solid. This is probably one of my favorite action figures I've ever had. I love this figure. I don't know if the original was as good or if not better. I don't know as far as like upgrades. I don't know what type of upgrades this may have received. This may literally be an exact copy, or this may have seen, like, you know, I don't know if it was pinless before or if they just added that with the re-release. I don't know if it came with this many accessories. I literally know nothing about the original figure. I know I wanted it, I just don't, like, I don't have it, so I don't remember what it came with. Of course, I did that. So, comparing it to the original, I don't know. But if you can get your hands on this one, definitely do that, because this is obviously a fantastic figure. Is it going to replace what you already have? I'm saying I don't know. I'm saying it's really good for what it is, but I don't know if it's better than what has existed. So, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Educate me on this figure. Is it an improved version of the original? Let me know, please. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe, all the things YouTubers ask you to do. Just do it for me as well, and I will be back with another video, hopefully very soon. Bye.